Surprised how easy it is to take advantage of people. All you got to do is hit them in a soft spot, money, love, or something personal. You take that, you placate them to the point where you make them feel like they're infallible. You're a victim. Everything these people do, they're doing you wrong. These people are bad and you are good. You do not deserve this. You take something irrational and you make it their norm. You need to be with somebody who's going to only pay attention to you. Do they have a life? No. Do they have dreams? Hell no. You manifested them out of nothing. Their job is to make you happy. And then you villainize the people on the other side. And you just continually tell them what they want to hear. You hold them to no modicum of accountability. They'll listen to whatever you say, and they'll never stop to think that you didn't really help them. You just placated them.
And they'll buy the product.
Oh, they'll buy the product. They'll buy the book.
Yeah.
They'll be loyal to you.
And he breaking y'all down. How I feel.
What are your thoughts on that, man? Don't be easily manipulated.
So yeah, I think in general most people seek a safe space or seek validation or seek some form of confirmation bias. And because of that, the tactics he was talking about are easy to implement. Like 48 Laws of Power is a real book. And it's really all about the art of manipulation of individuals, groups, and mass, or how to achieve your desired result through nefarious or manipulation tactics, right? I said before that there's a word called contraband. So manipulation on its own is not necessarily bad. It's the intent and how it's implemented that makes manipulation bad. Because you can positively manipulate as well. You can stop somebody from committing self-deletion by helping boost their self-esteem and manipulate them into seeing the world from a different lens. A lot of therapy is like a positive manipulation because you provide somebody with the tools in order to navigate effectively. Essentially, that's what manipulation is: navigating effectively or following through with the plan or scheme, right? And then people attach their meaning negatively or positively to that. Yeah, it's true, especially in this day and age when there's so many different niche markets and different groups of people. You can find somebody to agree with you and provide some sort of data to support whatever it is you want to be supported on. If you think that you'll be happier if you never have kids and never marry, it's a group out here that supports that. And they'll consistently remind you that you're right and everybody else is wrong. And once you get into that powerhouse or that wheel of thought, it's extremely hard to break free of it because essentially it's self-seeking pain. Because you'll be removing yourself from the validation that this group provides you, and you'll find yourself having to either reset, reprogram, or disassociate from the current thing that feels good to you, which we know humans don't normally do because they seek dopamine hits. So it can almost be as addictive as cocaine.
All right. Ms. Tegan, what do you got on it? You muted.
I was going to say that Marcus just kind of took aspect of what I was going to say in regards to manipulation isn't always bad. I think a lot of times when we hear the word manipulation or it's occurring, a lot of times we associate it with negative, with it being negative. I think there's a way in which when you're self-seeking, I guess kind of like a little bit what Mark is saying is the intent behind it. If you're trying to manipulate someone out of self-seeking, behavior, as opposed to, I would say manipulation in a way that's going to help the other person. I think that's what they were talking about in terms of being mindful, being on point with recognizing the difference between the two. So, yeah, that's just my opinion on that.
All right, what you got on this, Trav?
Yeah, so yeah, I certainly agree with Marcus and mistaken as far as manipulation doesn't always have to be bad. Motivation is a form of manipulation, really. So it doesn't always have to be bad. As humans, we naturally learn how to manipulate, right? From birth, right? We cry and then we realize, oh, wait, damn, they respond to that. Okay. So, and you notice right out of the womb, man, they pick up. It don't take them but a couple of days to realize that they cry this way, they get the attention. Sometimes they cry when something's wrong, but many times they just want you to hold them, or they just want just attention or whatever. And they learn, just us as humans, we learn that off the rip. So once we see how people respond to that, then that's just something that we understand. It's pretty much instinctive, right? Nobody has to even teach you how to manipulate. Now, what you decide to do with that is on you, right? And then you have to protect yourself from it. And a lot of people who are predators, they understand exactly what to do. We see it happen within relationships. You see somebody who is pouring into you and you're like, oh, I got this one. They do whatever I want. They do whatever I want. Men and women both do it. We both do it. And it's a horrible thing, but it's just our nature to manipulate. We've learned to manipulate our teachers. When we were in school, we've learned to manipulate our parents from birth all the way through. We still manipulate. A lot of us sometimes is something as simple as dry begging. That's a form of manipulation. You're trying to play on there. You're playing those strings, right? And you're like, I might get them to donate. You see it all the time. A lot of us as content creators, we try to manipulate, right? Whether it's trying to get people to donate, whether we want people to buy courses from some of us, whether we want people to go ahead and follow us on other social media, or live life how we tell them to live life, or what we tell them that they should be doing with their lives. So it's a nonstop situation. We go to work. It's in our workplace. We try to manipulate people. You know those guys, those people who when that person go away, they start talking, hey, but you know what? Yeah, man, you gotta watch out for them. They messed up, man. I heard them saying such and such. And then when they leave and you come back, they're going to say the same thing to you. So it's nonstop. It's just in every single aspect of our lives. So the best thing that we can do is just try to be conscious of it, right? You have to, when you listen to people speak to you, you have to always, unfortunately, expect some type of intent, right? And it doesn't always have to be bad, but you have to understand what their intentions are. If you can at least try to discern that, like, okay, wait, so why are they saying this? What type of an outcome would a person saying this want from me? And does that work for me? And do they have my best interest in mind? So the best thing we can do is just be conscious of it, watch out for it, and try not to fall victim to it. I'll leave it there for now.
Victimhood actually is helpful for everybody in a negative way. Everybody likes being victims. Your mama like being a victim. Oh, I'm getting old. You need to come over here. You need to do this for me. If you don't, one day I'm not going to be here no more. And next thing you know, she's victimizing herself, right? And it's like it never really stops. Everybody is finding different ways to be victims. You got women who are victims of their baby daddy. I didn't choose to be a single mother, but you gave up some ass to a bum, and now you got a baby. So everybody, even the men, I'm slowly starting to learn that even the men are victims of the independent women. I don't like the independent woman stuff, but I'm starting to learn that even the men on YouTube, they're running around saying like, these women, while they fought for their rights, and now they want more money, and now they don't want to be with us. Well, why don't we fight for rights and get more money? So the dudes are even victims of the women. So when you just look at virtually every group of people, they're trying to manipulate another group of people in order to be the biggest victim. And I think that's the biggest manipulation right here. Everybody is looking to be the biggest victim, and whoever can express their victimhood the most and garner the most attention wins. So I think it's disgusting. And yeah, The dudes are doing it, the women are doing it, everybody's doing it. It's like it's sad.